Okay, Dad. Remember, when the people are talking, if you talk, we won't hear you because the microphones mute. They turn off on this side. So we'll just say, go ahead, and then go ahead and answer the question that you hear. Shake your head if you can hear me okay, Dad. There we go. Okay, good. So what we'll have here is that the students will come up to the microphone. You'll see them standing here. They'll say their name. You can say like, "Good afternoon, Mr. Joyner. My name is." All right, and then they'll get to ask you their question, and then I'll say, "Okay" or "over," and then go ahead and say your answer, Dad. All right, here we go.
Good afternoon, Mr. Joyner. My name is Caitlin, and do you feel that your mission contributed to the success of the war?
I think so, because...
Okay, go ahead, Dad.
I think so because the 101st and the 82nd and the 17th Airborne were assigned to a certain section along the Rhine, and their responsibility to take care of that. And it's about 10 miles inland, or 10 miles across the Rhine into Germany. It was quite a big project. They had, in fact, they'd planned it for a long, long time. So I think it was.
Next question.
Okay, thanks, Dad. Hang on. Next person. Number 2. 32. I have them here. I have the questions here. Yeah, okay. Okay, so again, it's just, good afternoon, Mr. Joyner. My name is, and then just read that answer right there. That question right there.
Good afternoon, Mr. Joyner.
A little louder.
How did the gliders take off after they landed? Could they use the gliders again?
Well, they were never designed. Oh, wait a minute.
Go ahead, Dad.
Yeah, they were never planned or designed to be used again, but in case they were okay, you could put up a standard like a football goalpost and loop a big rope around it, and a C-47 would come and snatch it like those hooks in the Navy, and there had a big winch in the C-47, and it would pay off so you wouldn't get too much of a snap. And as your speed increased, it would finally just lock in so you were the same speed as the airplane, and they would reel you into the 270 feet you were supposed to be behind them. So a few of them were salvaged, but it wasn't in the plans.
Okay, thanks, Dad. We have question number 3.
Good morning, Mr. Joyner. My name is Kimberly Jones. Did you ever crash a glider or see a really bad crash or accident?
Oh.
Go ahead, Dad.
Well, the only one I ever saw was one morning. We were taking off to go someplace just to haul freight in the C-47s, which was their big job when they were on combat. And one of them veered over and kind of took the top off of the control tower. So our flight commander just swung out and acted as the control tower. And that was, no, I don't think anyone was too badly hurt. But that was the only accident I did see. Yeah.
Okay, Dad. I guess, who's from period 6? Hurry up. Okay, here we go, Dad.
Good morning, Mr. Joyner. My name is William. And what did you carry in your gliders specifically for Operation Varsity?
Varsity.
Varsity.
Go ahead, Dad.
Yeah, well, our unit, 442nd, was assigned to carry the 24th Medical Company into combat, you know, about 20, 30 minutes behind the rest of the people landing. And we flew from Chartres, France, clear across the Rhine, 3 hours and 15 minutes, and then landed in an open field. But when it wound up, there were 3 fences on the front of the glider, so we had to get bolt cutters and cut those off. And then there was a trailer full of blood plasma and 6 medics in there. And the medics went out and did what they could for anyone that needed help. And pretty soon, a Jeep came by. I was right in the next field where I should have been. Pretty soon a Jeep came by and hooked onto the trailer. And then they didn't know what to do with us from then on. I mean, we were trained to fight with anyone.
Okay, Dad, another question?
Hi, this is Caitlin. And what was it like to fly a CG-4A?
Okay, go ahead, Dad.
Well, they were easy to fly, just like just a big Cub airplane. But you had to keep in mind you had so much glide to take care of and plan on. So you would, there were spoilers. You had a lever you could pull and destroy 25% of the lift if you needed to lose altitude, or you could slip. But you always had to keep that in mind, so you had a little bit of margin on your side, a little bit of safety. And then if you let go of if you lose your spoiler, you had to let it go 25 or 30 feet above the ground, because the glider would drop, because it didn't have, until the air began to flow over the wings. And then you either rode it right into the ground, or you let the spoiler go 50 feet above the ground, so that, and you just slip. Otherwise, you just pancake in. But otherwise, they did fly quite easy. They weren't hard to fly, except the judgments you had to use, because every landing was a forced landing, and you had to keep in mind how much glide you had at all times, and pick out the field you wanted to land in. Yeah.
Okay, Dad, that's good. We have another question?